Well, as a young man, when the first car I ever owned was a 1951 MG TD. I've always liked sports cars, and when I got married, my wife was favorably, and she liked sports cars also, so it wasn't so difficult relative to buying some cars, and so she's been supportive of my habits, I guess. Got into racing when I turned 40. I decided I wanted to go racing, and then as I acquired a few cars, I started to acquire a few more cars, and my wife was here again very supportive of my acquisitions, and so she's been a great help, and she's got a lead foot like me, I guess. One of my favorite cars is probably this Speedster sitting in a 1958 Speedster. This is the last year of the true Speedster, and it's they made approximately 800 of them. It's a very rare car. It has factory Rush wheels, although they didn't come with the car initially, but it's a wonderful driving car, and it does all the right things. I've driven it down the southern part of the state and back with not a problem. It's a great driver. The other car might be the 74 Dino here. I've owned that car since 2007, and it's a wonderful example of a truly iconic car. The fly yellow is it's beautiful in fly yellow. They made a lot more red cars than obviously the yellow, but it's truly an iconic car, and it's a great driving car. Originally delivered to Pazzi, who was a Ferrari dealer in Paris in 1974. From Paris, I went to Marseille to Monaco, and the gentleman bought it in Monaco in 1980, and I acquired the car in 2007. The preservation of these cars, we're just caretakers. We're just, you know, they're just passing through time with us, and until the next person acquires them, or to it goes to a museum somewhere, and we want to keep them pristine, and so everybody can continue to enjoy these cars, because they're not making them anymore. They don't make these cars. I mean, they're rarities relative to what's still out there, and anyway, we're caretakers, as just passing through. As I say, I'm going down the highway of life, and I go a little faster than other people maybe at some times, but we're all going down the highway of life, and so we want to ensure that these cars are still there in a preservation state for future generations to see. You know, the most joy I get out of collecting is actually if I take a car and we show it somewhere, is a lot of young people that come up and they look at the car, and well, I put them in the car. I let them sit in the car. I let them feel the car, and and they'll generally their eyes light up, and they're all excited about the fact that and their parents are there, and they take a picture, and it's great, because these are the future, you know, of the car collecting hobby, and to get them interested as young people, that's terrific. So that to me, that's the greatest joy I get out of a lot of these cars, is when I take them somewhere and somebody says, "Hey, wow, that's a neat car." I say, "Well, here, sit in it. It won't light. You know, it's right there," and they'll come back with, "Really?" And I say, "Yes, really. Sit on there, please." So anyway, that's I think one of the great thrills of being able to collect cars is the fact that you can let other people enjoy them. One of the major problems I see in the hobby of collecting cars is, unfortunately, the escalating prices on these cars. I've heard a lot of individuals that might have an interest in acquiring cars. The market's just gone crazy. People taking money out of the stocks or out of wherever and investing them in cars has really pushed the market up. And the escalating value of these cars has really made it difficult for young individuals to get into the car collecting hobby. The fun of driving these cars is it takes you back to 1958 or 1974. It's a different era of driving. Back then, you'd drive down a road and you'd wave to somebody that was coming the opposite way in a sports car. It was a camaraderie of being out in the open air and driving cars that were fun to drive and roadworthy, relative to how they handle and the agility of the car itself. So it's a great feeling to be out driving the car. It's a car you drive, it's not a luxury car. It's a shift car. You know, you have to make it go. And anyway, it's a wonderful feeling to have the air in your hair, and you know, you're moving on down the road.